So apparently NIO is pulling out of Denmark, and here we have an article, well, more like a Facebook post by this guy, Auto Enthusiast, and he said that NIO is effectively shutting down in Denmark. This is no surprise. NIO entered the market completely unevenly, not only in Denmark but throughout Europe. The strategy of copying Tesla, entering the market in the higher segments and then working its way down, failed completely, and the subscription model you started off was also completely failed the market. And just to top off the strategic mistakes, they worked with a battery swapping model, which also never made sense, and certainly not now when the development in charging technology make battery swapping unnecessary. In June 2023, I told Motor so it's the wrong product at the wrong price at the wrong time, a situation that has been exacerbated by Tesla's new aggressive pricing strategy. When you, like me, work with a strategy, NIO has been interesting to follow because it has emphasized how important the right strategy is. After all, the product, car, has not failed anything, but the strategy around distribution, marketing, positioning, and of course pricing is crucial to the success of the automotive market in Europe. Technology doesn't do it alone. And I guess this guy, he's really wrong about battery swap right here. And I guess this is also NIO's fault because they have not really advertised battery swap very well over there in Europe, or basically no advertising for battery swap. Here we got a comment from a subscriber. NIO just lay off 90% of their people in Denmark and cancel their NIO house in Copenhagen. Their sale been a complete disaster in Denmark. I'm from Denmark and I hardly see any marketing for NIO in Denmark, so I'm not a big surprise they sold almost nothing in Denmark. BYD is more popular in Denmark of the Chinese brands. Another subscriber 3 days ago said it's just way too expensive in Denmark and Sweden. Competitors offer something better, need to put out swap station, which is their moat. And I absolutely agree, and also market swap stations. In Denmark and Sweden, they sold like a total of 5 cars in whole of January. Can you cover why NIO is failing in these countries? This is from 3 weeks ago. Poor marketing. Okay, guys, poor marketing. We'll cover more of this later. In Denmark, the car is way too expensive. No swapping stations around. Forget Europe. NIO can't compete because the rollout is way too expensive and costly. And then from 3 months ago, we got this comment, very interesting. The sales are really bad, at least in Sweden. There's nobody buying, even though they are delivering the cars in 14 days from day you ordered. There is a big move to make in pricing and sales strategy. More advertisements and awareness needs to be carried out for success. And I absolutely agree. And this comment from 4 months ago, I live in Sweden and you here have a very bad marketing. If you go to their website, it's like another EV, like there are 10 other brands already and nothing special about it, and you have to scroll all the way down to read about battery swapping. It's like they hide it on purpose. The battery swap is literally the only reason to buy a NIO. 99% of people I know in Sweden have no idea about NIO battery swapping until I tell about it, and it sounds amazing to them. Bad marketing, I would say. Now, I absolutely agree with you guys on these comments. And these are guys that live in Sweden and in Denmark that are saying this. And my point is, has NIO really communicated the 9 positive benefits of battery swap to the people there? Here in China, they haven't really done a fantastic job, I'll agree. But people that buy NIO, choose NIO, they understand the 9 benefits. The guy who wrote that Facebook post at the very start, I am sure he does not understand why battery swap exists. It's not just about convenience and time. It's all about also sustainability, upgradability, no battery degradation. There's so many benefits to the battery and for battery swap that we know of, people that do their research know of, but is NIO actively pushing this information out there? The answer is a definitive no. No, NIO is not pushing this out there. We know about it, you guys know about it, but the people that might be interested in buying the car, they don't know about it. And in the stores, they're not really showcasing battery swap. They're not really pushing ads for battery swap. They're pushing ads for the car. That just... people on paper, you wouldn't really be able to justify paying so much more than a Tesla for a NIO, just on paper, right? But you have battery swap and then there's no battery degradation, all that stuff. And if you think about it in depth, then it actually makes sense to go for a NIO. It's actually cheaper to go for a NIO. They have not done a good job at all at communicating what battery swap is. And here, another subscriber just this battery swap demo should be on a big ass screen 24/7 on repeat in every NIO store slash house. This weekend I was at a NIO store in Rotterdam, the Netherlands. I was not inside the store, mind you, and I saw 3 beautiful cars, but I did not see anything about battery swapping when walking past the large windows at the NIO store. I really do not understand. They are not marketing the shit out of the swapping capabilities. The tablet is nice and all, but customers only get that info after they set foot into the store after talking to a sales rep. The solution is that battery swapping should be familiar to the customer before even walking inside the store and talking to a sales rep. This can be achieved by TV commercials and demos. Absolutely correct. They should have posters about the 9 benefits of battery swap. Do the sales reps themselves even know the 9 benefits of battery swap? I guess you guys, you should go into one of those new houses and ask the sales rep, do you know what the 9 benefits of battery swap are? And see if they can even answer that question. All right. Even here in China, people think that battery swap stations are AC units, air conditioning units, or pedestrians think that this is a car wash machine, an automated car wash machine. And people that even have just a tiny bit of understanding, they think that this is a swap station. Good on them, kudos to them for knowing it's a swap station, but for swapping out dead batteries. People do not comprehend what a swap station is. And yes, one might say they're limited on budget, but quite recently they've been spending a whole lot of money on TikTok ads here in China and also WeChat ads for marketing the car and not marketing battery swap. They gotta put the battery swap out there first and then the car. The car is very subjective. People might not like the design, they might not like the features. But battery swap, once they understand battery swap, they'll have to suck it up with the design. They'll have to buy the car regardless of the design because of what battery swap offers. And look, this is all NIO's own self-doing. All right, they did not do a fantastic job at marketing battery swap or justifying the price of their car being more expensive than Tesla's over there, which is absolutely justifiable if you understand battery swap, right? And also, I guess you guys have to think about it this way. Over here in China, they also close down stores every now and then. Unprofitable ones get closed. I mean, it's just the way it is. If your store doesn't sell well, it's underperforming, close that store and open another one somewhere else. And I think it's actually quite interesting that NIO is doing this in Denmark, pulling out of Denmark, allegedly cutting 90% of the staff. I mean, this is going to help with cash burn. All right, if you think of it on the bright side, it's going to help with cash burn, even though one might say they failed in this country. It's going to help in cash burn, all right? And it seems that they're doing a big overhaul in Europe, fixing things as they go and really shaking things up and shuffling things up for profitability, right? They're trying to become more profitable. They're trying to cut down on cash burn, and I think this is a good thing. So do not think this is a bad thing that they're pulling out of Denmark. It's not great, but on the bright side, exiting a market that doesn't really benefit you that much could be a good move. So we all hate to see it happen, but it's all for the better. All right, it's all for the better. Having endless cash pit burning new houses that are empty 24/7 and you're only selling like 5 cars a month, not even enough to pay the electricity bill. I mean, that's just, it would be better if NIO pulled out, in my opinion. So that's just my take. What do you guys think about it? As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.